A normal life begins with birth, but Jesus' life was remarkable from the start, with many predictions about him written in the Bible before he was even born. Hebrew prophets spoke of his life and mission long before Jesus took his first breath in Bethlehem. The Bible begins by describing how God created the world in 6 days, focusing his affection on planet Earth, where he made humans in his image in order to have an intimate relationship with them. God placed Adam and Eve in the gorgeous Garden of Eden, where they lived harmoniously. However, because they were created with free will, God warned them that disobeying his commands would lead to their destruction. Soon afterwards, when tempted by a serpent, Eve and Adam chose to rebel against God and eat from the forbidden tree, leading to shame and the spread of sin and death to all their offspring. However, even at this time, God hinted at the coming of a Savior, telling Satan that a future offspring of the woman would crush him. This was the first of God's many promises to redeem the world. After being expelled from Eden, Adam and Eve faced the consequences of their sin, with their oldest son, Cain, killing his brother Abel. Humans grew increasingly corrupt, leading God to cleanse the earth with a flood while saving Noah and his family. Although Noah's descendants repopulated the earth, they soon rebelled against God again, defying him at the Tower of Babel. So God chose Abraham, promising that his offspring would bless all nations. Abraham's descendants later became enslaved in Egypt, but God raised up Moses to deliver them. After their deliverance, the Israelites agreed to a holy covenant with God at Mount Sinai, but then repeatedly rebelled against him. God sent prophets to warn them of impending judgment, but also to prepare the way for the Savior. Moses foretold the coming of a great prophet from among the Jewish people, emphasizing their need for a divine light to guide them back to God. Over time, prophets further detailed the characteristics of the Promised One who would defeat evil and restore mankind. Micah predicted that the Savior would be born in the town of Bethlehem. Isaiah spoke about a virgin giving birth to a son, and in other passages, he described the Savior as Wonderful Counselor and Mighty God, indicating he would be a king like no other. God also promised King David that his lineage would produce the promised king, referred to as the Son of God. While other prophets sought forgiveness for their sins, Jesus stands out as the sinless one who would ultimately conquer death. His resurrection underscores his unique place as more than merely a great human teacher. Rather, he fulfills God's promises, taking the lead role in the salvation narrative.